and tricks, and today I'm back with a brand new video where I'm going to be showing you some tips and some tricks on how to build a city in City Skylines. Now, City Skylines, if you don't know, is a PS4 game plus Xbox One, and I believe it's also on PC. Well, I know it's on PC. And this game is pretty big on PC, actually. Probably one of the best games you could probably buy on PC. But as you can see then, okay, today I'm going to teach you some tips and some tricks for City Skyline. And hopefully you'll pick them up, okay, and you will use them to good use. So, as you can see, folks, you know, when you start off in City Skyline, you only really start with, like, one actual area, like one block. Obviously, I've taken off the money, so obviously it's not about money for me. You know, it's just about building a city really I like, you know, I can enjoy to play. So, how are we going to do this? What do we need to build a good city? Okay? And how are we going to build that good city? Well, first thing first, you need road layouts, okay? So we're going to go with these toll booths here. I believe this is the right way around, is it? Yes, it is, but it needs to be one way, so that's right way around, but it needed to be a one-way system, as you can see. So we're going to use same again, so people exiting the city, and, you know, entering the city will, really, in truth, have to pay, obviously, a fee. Okay, so effectively, we're charging people for entering and leaving our city. We're making a bit of cash, okay, through, obviously, these toll booths, as you can see here. Now, that's good, of course, if you want to make a bit of cash, but already that cost me $30 per minute, or per second, sort of thing, you know, to run. So, obviously, now our work can begin. So what we need, okay, as you can see, is a one-way road, as you can see there. Then what we want to do is get another one-way road, but this time a big one-way road. So we really want the biggest one-way road we can possibly get. Now, I do like greenery. Now, you can take this as far as you want, really. So as you can see, let's, for now, okay, do 5 blocks. Actually, we'll do it to 10. So 10 blocks, okay, so how many are we on? Right, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So this is 5. Pretty sure. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that's 10. So right, I need to make sure that's lined up so it's perfectly 90 degrees. More or less. So slope's too steep. Don't matter if it's out of line a little bit. We'll go 92 degrees, because that's the only way. Then what we need here, go back to the one-way, as you can see, so that brings you a nice, huge road, back to one-way. We go 2 blocks across. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to delete this, sorry, we're going to go, actually, so, 1, so what we're doing, okay, so we're going to give our width first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so, yeah, 4, which seems about right, then up to about there, so when we're in line with that, obviously, as you can see, that is when we need, obviously, so now just need a small adjustments. Are we in line? I think we are. If we don't move, good. So we're now in line. There we go. That's what we wanted. As you can see, so you go 4 across, again, then down. So as soon as you get about in line there. So this is where it all counts. Pretty sure that should line up there, just like so. There you go. You see, simple, hey? Or trying to make it simple as possible, really. That's the whole aim of it. So now we can insert that one-way road and kind down, pretty simple. Okay, to come back down, as you can see, just build it straight. However, we're gonna sort of. Right, then I think what we're gonna do. I know this looks a bit tacky. You're probably thinking, oh, this may be tips and tricks, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna line that up there. I know that looks a bit off, but it's okay. It'll do for now. And what this is, guys, I learned it off someone else's channel. Okay, so in a way, it's a bit copying. Yes, okay, I'll admit that. But okay, I wouldn't class it as copying. I'd call it borrowing. Okay, so I'm borrowing someone's idea, okay, and that's all I'm doing. So as you can see, what we're going to do, cool, we've got 10, so we should have it quite even, okay, evenly matched, and should about a few, so obviously trying to make it even. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many goes up? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 goes up, 3 goes down. So if we do 2 more, should be enough. And then there we go. So then all you do, dot these up, as you can see, to where they need to go. Pretty simple. Dot them up, keep it all nice and tidy, as you can see. So this one to that one. Pretty simple. So obviously it don't matter which way you do it, of course, as long as it looks okay. So as you can see, we're going to do these ones first. So ones that are coming down the road will come first. Ones going up the road, then go there. See, pretty simple stuff then. Now there is a quicker way. You can just draw it and then change direction later. You don't actually have to do it like this, obviously. So there are quicker maybe ways to do it, but this is a good method as well, I would have said, really. And as you can see, what we've created here is this type of battery. Okay, as you can see, if you look at a battery on your phone, you know, like one of them big batteries, the fat batteries, as you'll see, okay, the battery on your phone is very, very similar to this concept. And that's the whole idea. This is actually called the battery. Okay, and the whole idea of the battery is a very, very clever way of generating money. But not only money. Okay, so what you want to do here, okay, is then, as you can see, there you go. That's the battery, you see? If you look at a battery on your phone, it roughly looks very similar to that. A very, very big fat battery, maybe like a car battery you could describe it as, you know. And, right, good thing about the battery, okay, and I'll come to that in a minute, but the good thing about the battery, it's very efficient. So you can see, with water lines and pipes, just watch. 1, 2, 3, okay. Don't have to do much work at all. Okay, just get a few water lines. As you can see, job done. Bob's your uncle, really. And that is it. You can see just there for yourselves how simple is that piping. Kept so simple, very neat. Okay, and you know, if you, let's say, designed the battery in this game, you know, let's say if you were using the money. Okay, as you can see, that's only 786, well, it's more than that in road layout, but, you know, the point is, it's very, very cheap worth of piping. Now, obviously, good thing also, again, about battery, very good, you can just do this, connect pipes from the right to the left, there you go. You see, the battery is got you covered. Okay, very, very good, you know, as batteries go. Very, very simple. You run pipes very cleanly, which is obviously very, very good. So if you're worried about cost, the battery can be a very, very good source for you, because obviously it's very cheap to use, as you can see. So obviously, best thing then you can use, so for first, you will want obviously these water pipes, okay, you know, it's up to you how many you lay down. I'm laying down quite a few here because I want quite a bit of water. Equally, in equal distribution, you'll need sewages, so obviously I'm going to have the water pipes there, as you can see, so we've got quite a lot of water, and we should have straight away. So we won't have to worry about that, and just to compensate that for sewage, we're going to have just enough sewage really. So there you go, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of sewage, quite a bit of water, vice versa. And now it's just about connecting, guess what, that up to here. So as you can see, pretty simple. Again, keep it nice and simple. And I'm going to have to delete that bit of pipe in there, unfortunately. Come on. There we go. That's a bit of pipe. Delete. I will need to do that. But as you can see, very, very simple. And there we go. So we now got some water. Again, with battery, so delete that bit there. Delete that segment. And there you go. Look how simple this is. You know, just to connect that up. And again, delete some of that. Because obviously we're gonna look, got plenty of water now. So that's your water more or less done. Okay? More or less complete in that. Now we need electricity. Now, obviously, being a start-up city, okay, and being given that this is the battery, again, you can be very, very clever in how you use your items. You don't necessarily need huge, okay, as you can see, have two there, okay. You could position a few down the sides, as you can see. So, obviously, power in this game spreads like a wildfire. So, again, just be very clever in how you position these wind turbines, okay? And you don't have to keep with wind turbines. Later on in the game, we can remove wind turbines, okay? Once electricity starts to flow, pretty simple, just like anything. And look, you see, we've got a beautiful system here going on where wind turbines are more or less surrounding the city, as you can see. Now, for these, okay, also here, let's say you don't want wind turbines all the way, you can use perfectly and equally some of these water wind turbines. So, you know, as you can see, we're going to have plenty of power from all these wind turbines. That will generate plenty of power, probably enough to do the whole city. Now, we can focus on the stuff that's important. So, really, in a city of this big, we're going to have a hospital, I would say, centered here, right at the top. Reason that is, okay, we're going to center our hospital right at the top, okay. If, let's say, the ambulance needs to be called out, look at the benefits where it is, okay. If it needs to be called out, it can just run down here, blue, 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 and it's got selection of turns. Graveyards, going to go for 2. On each end, so effectively that gives us 4 graveyards, okay, to start off with. As you can see, more than sufficient. Now, schools. Schools are something, okay, that a lot of people forget, okay, about how to build a decent city in City Skylines. A lot of people think schools are pretty useless, but trust me, in City Skylines, you could be far wrong. Schools are probably the most important thing to your local community, so it's blessed to have a few. We're going to have about 4 primaries, 1 maybe 2 high schools, and 1 university. So if we have maybe, or we could do 3 either side, something like that. You know, yeah, 3 either side. There we go. That should then be enough of schools to really cover the whole city, really. As I say, high schools, we're going to have 2, so have 1 really each side, okay, right now, for the time being. Obviously, again, you can change this all up later on. You don't have to keep it like this. High school, universities, have the 1, okay, centered in this part of town. And really, that's that done. Now, police, okay, policing is important. We'll have 2 police stations. 1 really centered each excellent position, so, you know, you want to make sure, you know, again, it's well looked after. The fire brigades, again, gonna have probably the 2 for now. Now, one thing that I need to do, I need to actually rectify this down here. Because the thing is, about down here, okay, a bit of a stuffed turkey right now. Right, so I'll probably have to come, or narrow that. Okay, I know the whole idea of the battery, but I'm going to have to narrow that road, so then that road fits. Sometimes you have to do this. It's no big deal, in my opinion. That's road, so we need to go down to a 4-lane, if I'm correct, 4-lane one way. Do they do 4-lane one ways? No, so it's going to have to go then down to a two-way one way. I'm pretty sure that will be okay, will it? Let's have a look. Looks funny. I don't like the look of that road. Small industry road. Never knew that was. Oh right, these are for industry, really. Right, I never knew. But okay, that's interesting. Right. Nonetheless. Never knew some of that. Anyway, 2-lane. Pretty sure this should be okay. Yeah, that's more than okay. So now, as you can see, we'll be able to fit that in. There we go. Now we can put in our fire brigade, okay, who can deal with fires, and all of that. So fire brigade system then is there. We're gonna have 2 fire brigades, one at each of end of town. And that's all really our emergency services done. Now public transport will leave for now, and I'll just let you show, or let you see, okay, the effects of the battery, how it works and all of it, you know, and hopefully you'll enjoy. Now obviously, one thing you can do, let's say you've got obviously industry, okay, and you don't want industry, so right, we're going to put our industry at the top end of town, so we don't really want our industry to be paying necessarily tolls, do we? So one thing obviously you can do, okay, is pretty simple. Right, so as you can see, so if we want industry to come, okay, through, we're not going to let them pay toll, okay, we're going to have industry, top part of town, okay, relatively close to the, relatively close to everything else, and then so the industry doesn't have to again pay that toll. Okay, we're gonna use these industry roads as a, how can you put it, a quick way for our industrial vehicles to get in and out of the city, which is only going to benefit, don't forget, guess what, everyone. So obviously our industry is going to then be no more than 3 blocks, okay, which is more than enough really, you know. So right, we'll start off with the industry then here. So obviously we don't need to massively overdo this, but as you can see, starting off with this industry. So this is the final layer of industry, as you'll see. And there you go. So that is industry completed. We've got industry ready to go. We've got the electricity on the run and ready to go. Okay, so right. Obviously, what we're going to do here, we're going to have all these, you know, this will be like our small high street. It won't be massive, but it'll be a long high street. And one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to put, let's say, your residential next to your, obviously, houses, because that's only bad overall. So, obviously, we're going to have a few blocks, okay? Now, this side, okay, will mainly be residential, okay, and offices. So, you know, one thing I forgot to mention, zone your areas. So as you can see, we're going to zone them, and the reason why we're going to zone them, okay, is because okay, if you'll have a look in a minute, okay, and you'll see what I exactly mean, okay, in a minute you'll see that if we zone our areas, we get this effect where we can set policies. So for instance, I want pretty decent housing, like, you know, smart housing. I want pretty good, you know, services. I want it to be a leisure space, so that's what I want. And overall, I want some probably forestry overall, unless we got oil. Let's have a look how much oil we've got, which we can do here. What should we grow or use that part of the land for? So, land value. Right. So yeah, forestry probably would be best thing to do over here. If we want oil, we need to go over there, as you can see. So black is oil, green is obviously not oil, it's forestry. Yellow is fertile land, so you'd want to do maybe farming here, possibly. And yeah, this is obviously green, so we want some forestry. That's the whole point of this. So, go back to our zoning, and as you can see, we select forestry, or forest industry. So, we've got forest industry, and that's what really we're doing, okay. People will start moving in once they see stuff operational, okay. So, at first, you may obviously need to get electricity there, you know, to these zones and start spreading that electricity, and eventually you can probably delete them, some of them. So yeah, you know. One thing also I forgot to mention: garbage. Obviously, garbage very important. We'll have the garbage. We'll have one garbage unit, maybe two. Yeah, we'll have two. We'll have two garbage units. Okay, then here. As you can see, so pretty simple. That means garbage is very much going to be an essential part. And good thing about garbage, obviously it gets rid of it. Best to use recycling, probably best method. Anyway, in this game, I would say. And as you can see, okay, it will come along bit by bit. So power usage, smoke detector distribution, pet ban, don't want that. Recycling, yep. Definitely want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Helicopter priority. Prefer ferries, not really. Educational blimps. Recycle plastic. Prefer parks. Park maintenance. Free Wi-Fi. Automated storing. For-profit education. And there we go. City planning. Right, so only want all of this. So heavy traffic ban, encourage biking, fast recovery, VIP area, electric cars, workers union, automated toll, industry 4.0. And that's about it really, that's all we need. Taxation, don't need that. Now, if we want to set individual policies as well, what we do, we go to, again, I believe it's the area, if I'm correct, here it is. So, what can we do here? So select building style, so I want European really, that's where I'm from, so European is my best interest, and you know, obviously got a whole lot then there. There we go then. So, right, policy set up. We are ready now to start, obviously, again, prepping our areas. So, as I say, what we're going to do here, so this will be residential, you know, overall. We'll have about, how many layers of residential should we have? Let's just have a think. Right, we've got 3, that now means got enough, so I'll probably go 5, maybe 6, so that's 6 zones. We've got quite a lot. So, how many we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see, houses will be built pretty fast. Okay, as you can see, they're European, they're eco-friendly. Yeah, you know, they're pretty sweet. And as you can see, just look how, like, already this city has gone from being absolutely nothing to already probably could house well over, well, probably 1,000 people maybe already. You know, it's incredible, actually, quite honestly, how it, you know, works, this game. Right, so that's enough of that. Gonna have some office zones. Now, we don't want to build too much. I think that should be enough of a balance then there. So, should be able to house people, then businesses will start moving in once people are all housed, as you can see. And then we get, obviously, some nice stuff. And, obviously, that's that then. Before we do that, I'm gonna use maybe some houses here. There we go. Yeah, that's now that done. So, hopefully, as you'll see, and already there's no complaints about anything, because they've got electricity, they've got schools, they've got a general hospital, okay, so they've got medical care, you know, they've got quite a bit already, and, you know, we're already at 310 people. Now, obviously, you can only do this, okay, to start a city like this, okay, if, let's say, you take away the restrictions, you know, because obviously, if you play it as a normal game, as the game should be played, okay, you will find that, obviously, you only start with 70,000, I think it's dollars in this game, not too sure what the currency is, but 70,000 bucks, let's say. So you only start with 70,000 bucks, and the point is, with 70,000 bucks, you're just not going to be able to do this. But, okay, when you do get, let's say, more money, you become a bit more, let's say, how can we put it, civilianized, and you start making big profits on stuff, obviously, you'll easily be able to do all of this. Like, you know, you'll be able to build the city that you dream of, sort of thing. But obviously, when you're playing it as, you know, let's say, the way I am right now, it's obviously a lot easier, overall. Now, one thing we can do here, is set an interjunction. So, that could be a good idea, to set interjunctions. Obviously, that causes a traffic light, and also, again, so we now got, like, I think, a 4-way traffic light system. Where's our stop? Let's have a look. Is that traffic light? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's traffic light. So we've got a lot of traffic lights. Again, you know, you can do various things. So yeah, pretty good overall. Like, let's say you want to change the road. Oh, interesting. Makes that tree look like it's on fire. That's pretty cool. So you do that out there, makes it look like it's on fire, doesn't it? To some degree. Anyway, but yeah. So right now, obviously, thing is, okay, because we've got, let's say, a lack of people, only 700 people, and we're bringing in big businesses early on in the game, we may get complaints that there isn't enough workers. In a way, you do have to live with that to some degree. I don't mind knocking down buildings myself. It doesn't really kill the game. It don't kill people's morale, so it's pretty okay, that, all of it. And, yeah, as you can see, the battery, okay, is a brilliant way to bring, okay, everything you need to the game, really. It really is. Now, let's say you want to bring now in a ferry depot, okay, as you can see, we now got a ship, cargo, of course, pretty simple stuff then there, and obviously we've now made also that road, the lorry, let's say, highway, that's only designed for lorries, effectively a 2-way road, so effectively it can, you know, essentially transport stuff to your port, gonna have a little bit there. There we go. And there we go. So pretty simple. There we go. That then should see now. Guess what? Cargo ships coming in. Again, that brings light lorries, and if we want, we can also now also at the same time bring in, obviously, as well, might as well, and a lot of people do come by boat. You'll be actually quite surprised. So obviously, as you'll see in a minute, we just connect that road up to here. There we go. So these are operational, as you can see, perfectly, more than operational. Now we just need to get some electricity going for these lot, and Bob's your uncle, really. Put that there. That should be enough of electricity, and as you can see, okay, we're well easily doing the job. So already this city is looking a bit like a city, I would say. It's not looking like any more a town. I would say it's a town more than anything, but the point is, it's starting to look busy, okay, already, okay, it's got 1,400 people in it, and we're not even completed the battery yet. So, as you can see, the battery is a very, very useful tool, okay, as you can see, okay, from the top down view, it looks a little bit like a battery. It's very, very good, because you can do just other stuff with it, you know, and that's a good thing. It's very easily to expand, okay, which is great, okay, if you want to conquer the battery and get a big population. It's very good for small stuff in a small city, and you can really make a nice town or city out of it. Now, the only problem with the battery, I would generally say, generally speaking, okay, is obviously, I think a lot of people would say the battery is one of them things that, look, once you get to a certain point, okay, yes, okay, you may be knocking down some buildings, like anyway, I've just overbuilt here, that's why, and there's too many people, too low employment, obviously, but, like, the thing about the battery that I think is probably a drawback to it, okay, if you want, let's say, some monuments or some big buildings, okay, in your city, let's say, I don't know, like the London Eye or stuff, or you want certain stuff that would make your city, let's say, more attractive for different reasons, then the battery probably isn't the best design kit you could go for overall. Like, if that's understanded. Like, the battery is a, I'm not saying a niche product, but it's a bit of a niche product overall. It won't do you any good building the battery and expecting the battery to work, you know, for everything. It won't work for everything. It's a very good startup, or it's a very good simplistic plan, but as maybe designing a city out of it, you know, it's nothing more than a simple plan, and it will only benefit, okay, you, if, let's say, you've got, obviously, it only benefits a startup or someone learning how to play city skylines. So, for someone like me, okay, the battery maybe is a bit too simple to some degree. It's very, very useful, but maybe it's a bit too simple, okay, and the battery for me is maybe the wrong thing to use. But for someone who's starting, a beginner, it's perfect. The battery is literally the perfect startup, I would say, overall, especially if you're just playing it on, like, you know, free roam sort of mode. It's the perfect startup, as it would take you. So, yeah, it is a good tool, it's a good design kit, it's a good initial way to start your city out, okay, but you can fit stuff in it, that is certainly good. You can fit certainly big stuff around the outside, small stuff on the inside. But not only that, okay, it's very compact, which means you get a lot of small buildings like this, but with high density population in a very small space. And that's obviously good if you're looking to, let's say, get a bit of revenue in your pocket. And I'll just show you, right, very, very easy to make a turnover as well with the battery. Okay, right, we're right now 22,000, I believe, yeah, dollars below what we're required. But as you can see, that figure just keeps on dropping and dropping, and that's one good thing about the battery. It does give good turnover, you know, for you. So if you're looking for turnover, if you're looking to a simplistic plan, this is the right thing for you. Okay, you can see one or two knocking down buildings, I am, but that's only because, let's not forget, I've probably overdone it with the amount of buildings or amount of areas I've put in. As you can see, everyone's crying out for workers right now, and unfortunately, that isn't enough. So there's more jobs than workers, you know, rather than workers than jobs. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, please make sure you do leave it a like and give it a go. Use the battery. See whether or not you like the idea of the battery. I certainly do. It's a very decent design overall, very simplistic design. It brings a lot of revenue to a city, and that is really the aim of the game, really, to bring revenue to your city. And as you can see, already, within about less than how long, before we allowed the buildings starting going up, within about 5 minutes, we've already got enough probably houses to store 10,000 people right now. 10,000 I would estimate. And let's check whether that estimation is correct quickly. If we go city info, we can see statistics, city budget, available jobs. So available jobs right now, by the way, is just under 2,000, so 2,000 jobs. So now there's more people than jobs, but obviously it's about getting them. Education level is low right now, but that's always expected. Birth rate going to be, oh, okay, 60 apparently there. Death rate is 0, which is good, which is very, very good. But where is residential zone? So yeah, residential zone is 1,800 square meters worth of residential zone. We've got them there, as you can see. So 1,800 meters. That's a lot of residential. You know, someone probably do the equations. You know, so for every square meter, like, so let's say a building. How big would these buildings be? Maybe, I don't know. They're quite big anyway. You know, they're big buildings, obviously. Overall. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video. Until the next one, folks, I'm your host Julian, over